Namaste everyone. So today we are having a very special day. We are having full moon. And each full moon and every new moon are very special in every month. Why? Because they are in a way determining the energy of every month. This is why in Vedic calendar, each Vedic month is called by the name of the nakshatra in which the moon is full during that month. Right? So this is why every full moon in a way is showing the culmination of the energy of the exact month, while each new moon is showing where the energy is the lowest. But today we will focus mostly on the full moon, and this is going to be the full moon in Nakshatra Anuradha. So Anuradha Nakshatra is governed by one of the Adityas called Mitra, and his name literally means the divine friend. Anuradha Nakshatra is also the birth nakshatra of Srimati Radharani. And no wonder, really the Shakti of this nakshatra, or the power which this nakshatra is empowering us with, is Aradhana Shakti, the power of devotion, the power of worship. And it's actually so beautiful and so symbolic because Anuradha Nakshatra is in the very heart of Scorpio. And in Scorpio we are saying that moon is debilitated, or the moon is at its lowest energy. Why? Because moon loves comfort, moon loves peace of mind, Moon doesn't like to go out of his own comfort zone. While the sign of Scorpio is all about these sudden ups and downs, right? It's about these intense transformations, like life and death type of situations. So this is why moon doesn't specifically feel very comfortable there, because his comfort is gone in the sign of Scorpio. And it's so beautiful and so, symbolic that Anuradha Nakshatra itself is actually dwelling right at the heart of Scorpio. Because this very nakshatra itself is telling us what to do to keep our mind calm when we are experiencing ups and downs in life. Many of us might have experienced these ups and downs recently when the energy of the moon was slowly culminating, and moving towards the full moon. And Anuradha Nakshatra is telling us how you can overcome that, how you can find firmness and peace in the time of intense transformation is through the power of devotion, is through the power of bhakti, is through the power of forgetting about yourself and focusing on your cosmic beloved, because this is exactly what Radharani did. So full moon in Anuradha Nakshatra is not specifically the easy one, right? It challenges us. Because, even if we want to express our divine love, our devotion, the world will challenge us. I mean, look at the life of Srimati Radharani, her life was not just pink and nice and beautiful, She needed to suffer. She needed to go through some sort of transformations, through tests, to actually strengthen her devotion in Lord Krishna, to strengthen her devotion in her cosmic beloved. And actually, if you look at any, very popular, prominent, famous love story, majority of love stories are actually tragic, right? It's very symbolic, don't you think? Even the life of Srimati Radharani herself wasn't an easy one. But still, she found her firmness. She found her inner, stability, inner peace through devotion, through divine love, through the expression of the divine love. So definitely, this full moon is not going to be the easiest one, but on the other hand, it challenges us to look at the other side of life. This is why God is sending us transformations at the end, isn't it? To make us realize that, honestly, nothing really depends on us. We always want to control things, want to have everything predictable, and so on. But in reality, nothing depends on us. It's all in His hands. And once we actually fully surrender to Him, this is when we actually start to rejoice in that, This is when these sudden ups and downs stop to be anymore any obstacle for you. But you start to go with the flow of it. Because after all, sign of Scorpio is a watery sign. So it shows us that here we shouldn't fight. We should go with the flow, like the water does, right? Fire is the element that always goes up, but water is the element that always goes down, that always surrenders. So this specific full moon in Anuradha Nakshatra in the sign of Scorpio is specifically a little bit challenging. Why? Because first of all, moon is debilitated. But please remember that he's not only dwelling in the nakshatra of Anuradha, which is the energy of Saturn, but the moon is also dwelling in the sign governed by Mars and by Ketu. Because Ketu is also secondary ruler of the sign of Scorpio. And what Mars and Ketu are doing? Right now, at the moment, they're in the third house from the moon, and they are together in the nakshatra of the moon, in the nakshatra of Shravana. More than that, Sun himself, is actually dwelling also in one of the nakshatras of the moon. So we have 3 fiery planets occupying earthly signs and the nakshatras of the moon, which is additionally a little bit troubling for the moon, But this is why this specific time is really not the time to fight. It is really not the time, to try to push over certain things. It's the time to surrender more and to trust more that everything will come in perfect timing. To have a full faith in the divine and not to try, to force certain things. Because moon in Scorpio can become like that, can become too protective, or can become too scared of the future and things like that. But really what this moon needs to do right now is just to surrender, just to let go with the flow, because only when you stop opposing the change is when the change is not hurting you anymore. It's when you actually start to change and transform along with it. So what can you do during this exact full moon and the days corresponding to it to keep your mind more calm? Obviously, first of all, meditation is great during this time period, cooling down your mind, especially devotional type of meditation, like chanting the name of God, praying to Shri Krishna, doing a puja, because that's the Shakti of this nakshatra, Aradhana Shakti, power of worship, because this is something that will help your mind to transcend, the temporary difficulty and see the beauty of the divine beloved behind that. So these are the things which are really helpful there. But also, obviously, whenever moon is suffering in any way, actually meditating in the light of the full moon is very helpful. And just anything that actually helps you to cool down your mind, specifically now when Mars, Ketu and Sun are occupying the nakshatras of the moon. So for some people who are naturally more fiery in temperament, how they can help themselves, even, just drink cold water, just to cool yourself down. Or even actually, take ice and put it, on your head. Just for a moment, just to cool down your mind. Just to literally, physically cool it down, make it cold. This is how you're going to help to counteract it. This is why traditionally, in Vedas they were always saying whenever, there's too much of this fiery energy, specifically Mars and Ketu, occupying some important nakshatra in your chart, that you should actually drink yogurt or milk, these cooling down things, right? So even, the energy of pure coldness, like drinking cold water or putting a little bit of ice just for a moment, right, on your head or eyes as well, this is going to help you to cool down a lot. And this is going to help you, to recenter yourself again, let's put it like that. So that was just like very, very short video from me about this full moon in Anuradha Nakshatra. If you can, observe it, meditate with it, because each full moon also has very powerful energy. And the energy that can help you even to heal yourself or fulfill some of your wishes. So I wish you a beautiful full moon, and thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, you might like to also subscribe to our channel, because it is our intention also to cover more full moons, more new moons, so you can become more aware of this energy. And yes, if you would like to learn more about moon and lunar phases in general, you can purchase my ebook Journey with the Moon. You can also join me on my Patreon community, where we are having bi-monthly webinars, exactly mostly on the topic of connected with the moon, so titis and the nakshatras. And you can also join me on a 4-week-long course with cosmic insights dedicated exclusively to the moon and the lunar phases. So thank you so much for your attention. Namaste.